So I play Dungeons & Dragons, and I love it. And I love seeing those D&D story videos, and I love seeing videos about helpful tips, and I wanted to take a crack at it. But since there's already so many videos out there, I wanted to address some helpful tips that are a little uncommon. This time, I want to talk about, just because you fail, that doesn't mean you can't still have fun. So everyone wants to get that super cool moment. They want to roll that nat 20 and fly through the air and chop the dragon's head off. But sometimes you end up rolling a nat 1, trip over your shoelaces, and the dragon slaps you with its wing and you go tumbling into a corner. I think it's important to remember that failing at whatever it is you're trying to accomplish doesn't have to ruin your mood. Don't get upset. Yeah, it would have been really cool, but that random element of D&D is part of the fun. That's why dice is such an important element when it comes to playing in the first place. Now, this is something both the players and the DMs should keep in mind. For DMs specifically, yeah, it's frustrating when you have a big cool dungeon planned and then your players cheese their way around it, but you should never punish your players for thinking out of the box. Just put that dungeon back in your back pocket and try pulling it out in a later session. Or, after the game, tell your players about the cool thing you had planned. I guarantee it'll make them freak out, even more proud of themselves and excited for figuring out a way around it. Another thing DMs need to consider when it comes to failing is try not making it too bad. A natural 1 is supposed to be an ultimate failure, but if you make it so severe that it feels unfair, all that will do is ruin the mood. No one wants to be punished for something that happened by random chance. I had a DM who, if someone rolled a nat 1, that would mean that the player would either deal the damage to themselves or to one of the other party members. An idea that sort of makes sense at first, but it quickly made everyone terrified at the actual thought of trying to fight the enemies in front of us. Suddenly, no one wants to go into an encounter, and we're avoiding the dungeons rather than going into them. Especially after our barbarian accidentally took out more than half of our wizard's health in one hit. Failure shouldn't ruin the mood of the game or the gameplay. After all, we're all playing D&D to have fun. Let's not let a couple of fails ruin it for everyone else. And now, to better make my point, let's dive into some D&D story time. To set the scene a little, my D&D group consists of 3 people, the same 3 of us you've seen in my podcasts. Allison is our amazing DM.
Hello, everyone.
Twins' character is a half-celestial, half-tiefling fighter named Crava. Crava is smart, dedicated, and has a very short temper.
Why are you making that noise? Stop making that noise! Why are you so annoying? Stop making that noise!
My character is a Kenku, who's also a fighter. Maybe I can address our all-fighter team in another video. My Kenku is named Makihi. Makihi has a charisma of 9, an intelligence of 8, and a wisdom of 7. She's young, naive, and has the tendency to tell lies. Hey Crava, I can make the same sound as an emu. Wanna hear? Bah!
Shut up!
So, Crava and Makihi strolled into a new town that just so happens to be in the middle of a harvest festival, where there's a ton of shop vendors and fun games everywhere. We immediately run into the mayor, a very big, smiley man named Boss Bogna. He has a loud, booming voice that immediately makes him stand out. That is, if his towering height hadn't have done that already. Boss Bogna sees our equipment and weapons and then offers us to check out
the tournament ring.
It's here we meet the rival team who's been dominating at the tournament, an elf named Llewellyn and a dwarf named Miko. Determined to win this tournament, I start a one-on-one fight with Miko. She's a monk and starts easily winning the fight against Makihi.
Yeah.
Crap! Miko manages to grab hold of Makihi, but then Makihi thinks of something. See, Kenku can mimic voices, so in an attempt to distract Miko and break free from her grapple, Makihi yells out in Boss Bogna's voice.
Oh my god, what is happening to Llewellyn? Quick, Miko, help!
Unfortunately, Makihi didn't realize that Boss Bogna was standing right in front of them, so Miko could immediately tell where the voice came from, and Miko starts laughing her ass off. Makihi has another idea on how to break free from her grapple, however. Shoving her finger down her throat, Makihi vomits onto herself and Miko to try to gross her out enough to let them go. And Miko passes her Constitution saving throw and then beats Makihi. So in my various attempts to be cool, all I've succeeded in doing is embarrassing myself and covered myself in my own vomit and lost the fight. Fortunately, Crava came in and won the tournament and was a badass about it. Salty and determined to beat Miko in some sort of contest, the two of them joined the pie eating contest, where after about 3 pies, both Makahi and Miko admit defeat. And then Makahi went off and threw up again. While she may have failed at everything she attempted to do that day, she managed to become friends with Miko and Llewellyn, and they agreed to team up with Makahi and Creva on their next adventure. And the moments that ended up going wrong for her ended up being some of the funniest moments of the campaign. The 3 of us still talk about my vomit adventure, and the whole thing ended up being a lot more memorable due to my failures. So don't be bitter when you roll those nat ones. Try to make the best out of the situation and get a good laugh. Whether you're the DM deciding the consequences of this failure, or the player having to deal with them. Sometimes a failure can be more fun than a win. Oh, in case you're wondering who won that pie eating contest, honestly, we didn't stand a chance against Boss Bogna.
Hey guys, it's Miko here, your friendly neighborhood dwarf ninja. Make sure to subscribe to the Judgmental Critter or I'll shatter your kneecaps. Have a great day!
Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Nako, Michael, James Dodds, Cool Duck, Andrew, Ramiel, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, G Extreme, Tony Stark, Dakota D, and Classy Critic. Thank you all for watching this video. Quick little just fun D&D story time. I really wanted to talk about D&D, and this was a fun story I wanted to go with. If you want to see more of these, let me know. I have more stories from the campaign. We're still doing it, so let me know what kind of things you want to hear, and if you like this, what have been some amazing failures from your campaigns of D&D, and any and all thoughts and opinions, really, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.